Hey Sunflowers, I'm Lynnie with Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I am here with an intuitive tarot reading and channeled message for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just going to be a general message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read. We begin your reading today with the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Empress, the Six of Pentacles as the central energy, the Star, the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and you have two cards in the potential outcome position, the King of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The overall energy is the Knight of Cups, and the hidden energy is the Five of Swords. I feel like there was someone in your life who didn't appreciate everything that you were giving to them, whether that was in friendship or in romance. They didn't appreciate how loving you were, how open you were, how kind you were, how willing to be vulnerable you were. They didn't appreciate how healing this relationship was for them. I feel like this person was emotionally unavailable when you met them. They didn't really know what to expect from your relationship, so they weren't totally open to the idea of either being committed to you or being more than friends, or actually putting effort and time and energy and attention into this relationship so that it could grow. I feel like everything that you touch or everything that you focus your attention on tends to be enhanced. And I think that this is something that becomes more aware to the people who take you for granted once you've already decided to let them go or move on from them or move on from having them in your life. You have definitely blocked this person. It could just be energetically. You could have blocked them on social media. You could have just completely shut down from them or shut down emotionally. You could also be ignoring any kind of communication from this person. I don't think that you are in communication with this person currently unless they are reaching out to you. I do feel like if you are not in communication with this person, you will be soon, or at least they will be attempting to communicate with you soon. They're wanting to approach you, and really what they want is your attention. I feel like they didn't understand how valuable a relationship with you was until they weren't able to be in relationship with you anymore. I think that you probably have gone through cycles with this person, or you have a particular pattern with this person where you are consistently overextending yourself. You're consistently going out of your way for this person, and they're not reciprocating that energy. They're not reciprocating any of that effort. They're not giving you any of their time, right? They may have deprioritized this relationship while you were treating it like your number one priority. You may feel really connected to this person. You and this person are appearing on the spread as the Queen and the King of Wands. That's an incredible match. You and this person have chemistry, sexual attraction, lust, and the potential for love between you. But I feel like you're done waiting for this person. You're done feeding this relationship. You are more so investing in yourself, whether that is in the physical form of self-care, beauty routines, updated wardrobe, or if it's in the spiritual realm, focusing on your healing, pouring your energy and attention inward, and allowing yourself to dream again, allowing yourself to believe and wish fulfillment. Even though it didn't work out between you and this person, although you guys have an incredible chemistry, you are not disillusioned or you're not jaded because of this situation. You still believe in the power of connection. You still believe in the power of love. But I do feel as if this person is guarded or defensive when it comes to you. I think there may be people in their environment who are not necessarily against you being in a relationship with this person, but you could be from different religions, different cultures, different backgrounds, different races, whatever it may be. This person may have been conditioned to believe that people like you are a certain way or do things a certain way or behave a certain way, and that somehow contradicts whatever they have been taught to believe or whatever values they hold close. I'm not going to say that this person is like discriminating against you personally, but I think that there could be some sort of boundary or blockage when it comes to connecting with you that doesn't actually have anything to do with who you are as a person. It could just be with how you identify or how they identify you in their own mind. They see you from afar. They could be watching you on social media if you have not blocked this person. They could also be hiding behind fake accounts. There are some people out there, I wouldn't say it's stalker energy, but I will say that if you have them blocked, this person has or will create alternate accounts so that they can see your content or what you post, or see if you've updated anything, or if you're in a relationship with somebody else. This person is attempting to keep tabs on you in some way because in their mind, you're everything that they want or everything that they've ever wanted. But for some reason, it took you separating yourself from them or emotionally shutting down from them in order for them to recognize that. Now, I'm not sure if this is a game for them or not. I'm not sure if when you pull back, that's when they want you the most. If you have noticed that trend, that whenever you pull back, they come in full force, and then whenever you kind of reciprocate that energy or that effort that you're interested, or you validate their interest in you, they kind of retreat. I don't see that this pattern is going to end. I think that this person is going to continue playing this back and forth thing. And until there's actually balance within this relationship where both of you are able to open up and be honest with yourselves about the way you feel about the other person, there's not going to be any progress or movement forward. What I see here is the potential for a counterpart relationship. If this other person can just grow up a little bit, mature, learn how to be vulnerable. The one thing that I would like you to keep in mind is that sometimes it's more difficult for some people than others, whether it's because of childhood trauma or past relationship trauma, that sort of thing. But I don't want you to take personal responsibility for their healing. And I think that's really what you've decided not to do. You have maybe given them space in the hopes that the time apart would change them, the time apart would help them grow up or mature, or that they would put the work in or direct that energy inward as you have done to heal from past wounds and past relationships and things like that. In the past, you may have tried to take responsibility for this person's healing, and you may have thought that all this person needed was to be in relationship with you, and then they would be healed and they would be perfectly fine to love you and to give you the life that you desire or the partnership that you desire. But you can't love someone so much that they change who they are. At the most, we can love someone and hold space for them to make their own changes, to grow and to evolve in the way that they choose to. And it doesn't necessarily have to look how you think it should look. It doesn't have to necessarily be how you think it should be. Your growth and your evolution probably doesn't look like what a lot of people thought yours would look like. When you're a parent of a small child, you might see certain things in them that you feel like might manifest into certain things or manifest in a certain way as this person becomes older and grows into adulthood. And oftentimes that doesn't happen because we're all individuals and our expression is not necessarily dictated by other people's expectations. So in the same way that you have probably surpassed other people's expectations in the way that you have evolved, so too will this person. This person's evolution will not be something that is loud or obvious. I feel like they're making a lot of internal changes. I wouldn't recommend going into a relationship with anyone that you can't properly and openly express your love to. So, like I said, if in the past this person has been really intense until you return or reciprocate that intensity, I would say maybe it would be in your best interest to completely be vulnerable, completely be open about how you actually feel about this person and see if that pattern is repeated if you choose to be in connection or communication with this person in the future, simply because you don't want to waste your time playing this back and forth game forever. But I will say this person is showing up as the King of Wands, which is the highest expression in the wand suit. So there is maturity here. I think there may have been a lot of drama between you guys. There might have been some competition. This person may have put you in competition with other people, or your relationship with them or your connection with them might have caused drama in their life, and that might also been something that was creating a barrier. But I will say that they feel confident approaching you at this point. They feel confident bringing you this cup of love but it honestly might be they're bringing you this cup for you to fill it up. You might feel like the only safe space this person has. But once again, that is not your responsibility. If this person is not reciprocating your love, your time, your effort, and your energy, then they're not worth any of it. I'm not saying it's not important to give from your heart and be generous with your spirit. It's very important, but you have to learn not to overgive. I think that you are mostly a logical person, but this person sometimes clouds your judgment just because of the strength of the connection that you have with them. But I think as you become more emotionally detached and you look back at the history of this connection, you'll see how lopsided it was, how off balance it was. And if they were giving a bunch, you were kind of pulling away because maybe you had already decided that you weren't going to continue giving to this. But when you were really intense and really wanting to connect and wanting to deepen your connection with this person, they were shying away or restricting. And a lot of us would consider this kind of theme the idea of being star-crossed lovers, right? That's a traditional theme in stories and movies and things like that. Romeo and Juliet were considered star-crossed lovers. They never actually ended up together. They had all of this love and passion and romance between them, but they never actually got the opportunity to be together because other people got involved and other people were expressing their opinions and were implanting jealousy and different negative emotions in the other person's mind. And at the end of the day, I don't want you to be in the position to be drinking some poison because you see that this person has put themselves in a position to basically lose their life force energy. And I don't mean like a physical death. What I mean is if you don't actually see this person growing up, maturing, evolving into the mature version of them, right? Not necessarily what you think they should be, but who the most mature, evolved version of them that is possible right now, right? If you don't see them doing that, if you don't see them reciprocating your effort, if you don't see them being open and able to accept the love that you have to give, then I would say it's probably best that you keep this as a friendship. And if that's not possible, just completely move on. I think you're definitely in a very independent space right now. You're thriving. You're doing very well for yourself, even if it does seem as if you are quite emotionally shut down. I'm not sure if that's in general, if you're kind of just quieting the entire world, friends, family, social circle, whatever, and you're just doing your own thing. That seems to be working for you. You're showing up in this Empress energy. But I will say that it could just be specific to this person, right? You could just be emotionally shut down when it comes to them simply because you gave so much in the past and none of that was returned to you. And I think that you've realized you can do bad all by yourself, but you're doing great right now. And you don't necessarily need to be in relationship with this person. It might still be something that you want, even if you don't fully accept that, right? Because you do understand the power of this connection or how influential it has been in your life, but you're not willing to self-sacrifice anymore. And I commend you for that because it really takes a lot, especially for people who aren't afraid to take the leap or aren't afraid to jump in with both feet to a connection that feels powerful or amazing to them. It really takes a lot to pull yourself back, detach from the situation emotionally and see things as logically as possible so you can understand whether what you're a part of is actually beneficial to you or not. It's probably taken you a long time to get to this point. I mean, you could be dealing with this person on and off for, even up to 6 years, 9 years. This could be a really long-term situationship or a really long-term off and on friends with benefits type dynamic because this person maybe never really wanted to commit. And if you were in a official relationship with this person, maybe they never really accepted that you wanted a higher level of commitment. Maybe you wanted marriage, maybe you wanted to move in with this person, and whatever it was, they weren't necessarily willing to meet you where you wanted to be or to go where you wanted to go. You didn't have the same vision for the future. So if this relationship is going to be successful, you guys have to maintain the same vision for your future. You have to want the same things. You have to be traveling in the same direction. Otherwise, a connection is just a connection. This is what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be with you next time.